that's going to be.
Oh. Okay, wonderful. So we're just going to move on to our next part now. So we just have to share our screen. Okay. Wonderful. If anyone could take their camera off and put their thumbs up, just so I know that you can see our screen. Wonderful. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's move through. And we apologise if the screen froze for you guys. One of our computers was frozen, so hopefully you could still hear everyone talking, but we'll just move on to our next slide now. Okay, so this is just our leadership team. I'm sure you're aware of everyone. It's almost the same as last year, just Tracy Henlon standing in as acting REC for the term. Front office staff. Give you a second to read through those. Our classroom support team. So these are the extra people who come into our rooms to help out. And our single subject teachers. So these are the teachers in library, music, Italian, art, and ICT release. Our new student counsellor for the year is Kate. She is already been working at our school and a lovely, lovely counsellor. So if you would like your child to see Kate, then this talks about you can email Kate, you can email Phil, you can email your classroom teacher, and we will help get onto that one. And then our year 2 team for 2022. So we have Angela Small in 2 Green and Jared Chapman is in 2 Green on Fridays. Myself, Taylor Hart in 2 White. And this is my first year at Holy Trinity. And then we have over here Trina Twyford in 2 Red. And these are just our specialist teachers, so our single teachers, single class teachers. We have all of those classes on Tuesday. So we have music, Italian and library. All classes do all of them on Tuesdays. So bringing your library bags to school on Tuesday. We wear our sport uniform and we do PE on Wednesday and Friday. And we have dance on Thursday mornings, which is a special term 1 activity. Wonderful.
Hi, lovely to be with you all. I'm just going to chat to you briefly about the canteen. It's open from Wednesday till Friday, but you must order your lunch choice the evening before, and that's before 7 o'clock. And there is also the facility that if you fancy having takeout that night, you can also order. So go on to Quicker and have a look at what's available. Still on the subject of lunch, we're a waste-wise school, so we do encourage children to bring things that are not in packages. If they do bring them, we'll ask them to put them back in their box and take it home. Again, we're also always looking for healthy options. And we have fruit break in the morning and we ask only 1 piece of fruit. And if it's messy, could you please cut it up and supply a fork or a spoon for them to use? And drink bottles with only water. We also, up there's a picture of a birthday celebration. We just ask if you are sending something in for celebration, could it be individually wrapped, or if they are cupcakes, so that they're individual and cut up or individually wrapped, just for hygiene purposes. And it's easier then for a child who is unsure if they're allowed to have something. We can say, put it into your lunchbox and you can take it home and mom or dad will let you know. I've got some notes scrolled on here. Lunchtime clubs, they should start up in a couple of weeks, and we are obviously having to be aware of COVID restrictions, so some may have to wait until the restrictions have lifted, and your children are encouraged to go along and join in, make friends in other year groups, and develop some new skills. School uniform. Phil will have touched on this already, but just we want to remind you that hair needs to be neat and tidy. They must have a hat, and if that hat could have a badge or a ribbon or something on it, so that they it's easily identifiable, because often when they're putting it in a bag, it can end up in the wrong person's bag, or if they drop it in the playground. No jewelry, but you can wear a watch or some small earrings are acceptable. And for everyone, no nail polish and no sneakers except for sports days. And can we also stress that on sports days that the children don't wear Converse? They're not supportive for their for when they're exercising and running around, and they're just really not sports shoes. Again, label all belongings so that they don't get lost. And we have a little ask that all children in year 2 should be able to tie their own shoelaces. If you could practice this at home, because with the trainers and the sports shoes that they're wearing, if they're asking us to do up their shoes all day, it's quite difficult. Quickly on to the forms of communication. As you're aware, Compass is our main form of communication. All school-wide notices will go out on that. And if you could you sign up onto Facebook? That would be really, really great. You can reach us all by email. And again, there is the class Seesaw. We will send out the QR codes as soon as we can. We just need to have all children, families have signed the ICT agreement, which went out this week. Once that's done, you'll get access. Parent partnership. The link to that went out on Tuesday, and thank you to all of you who've already booked in a slot to speak to one of us. And the parent partnership forms, if you would like to send in the hard copy, that we could have it ready to share and talk about your child. We're all looking forward to that next week. Please make sure you book in because it closes tomorrow. Awards, week 5 and week 10 of each term, we have an awards presentation to celebrate students' learning. And once COVID restrictions ease, we're really looking forward to inviting you in to attend the ceremony. But in the meantime, if your child does receive an award, we will take a photograph and it will be sent to you via email or on Seesaw that afternoon. And I think, oh, one more thing for me, just we always have welcomed parents in to help on excursions or to help out with activities in the class. Again, COVID has put some restrictions on that, but once that's lifted, if you would like to volunteer to come and support us on excursions and things like that, you do need to have a Working with Vulnerable Persons card, and we would suggest that it might be something you'd want to start that process now, because Access Canberra are they've got so much happening that it is taking a bit longer than usual. So, okay, I'm going to hand you over to Ange.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angela Small and I teach 2 Green. So I'm just going to go over some stuff to do with our curriculum and our homework, and 10 points to the parents that noticed that practice was spelt wrong a couple of slides back there. That was just a test to see if you knew whether it was a noun or a verb. So what's going to be sent home at the end of the week is the term overview. It will go over what we're going to be covering this term to do with the curriculum. As you know, we're a PYP school, so our theme is the Who We Are transdisciplinary theme, with our central idea, awareness of unique characteristics enhances life. So with our unit of inquiry, we try to then weave through a lot of our English, our health, the Italian, music, library, and including dance, all try to have an aspect of our unit of inquiry that is woven in to the curriculum and woven into what they're teaching. So this will be sent home for you to have a look at, and it goes through what we're learning. Obviously, things will be sent home throughout the term. Maybe on Seesaw, you'll see what the children are learning. We might send some things home that will give you an idea of what's being covered in class. Homework. Now, homework goes home for the first time next week. It's a 2-week homework grid, which means you have a weekend to help your child get through anything that might be a little bit more arduous or a bit harder other than just home reading or the maths. It goes home on a Monday and it comes back a Friday 2 weeks later. It will always have a reading component, just like it has in kindergarten and year 1. Please fill out the log in your child's homework book. It gives us teachers an idea of what your child is reading, how many nights a week they're reading, and maybe how many pages. You know, we like to make sure we have books that they're interested in the classroom, as well as to maybe suggest different books if they're reading the same type of book every night. It's good to have variety to help them with learning new vocabulary and moving ahead in their reading skills. There'll also be maths activity. On Monday, we're going to send home a pack of some copies of maths games. Most of them will require just some dice or a pack of cards. Some of them requires you to cut something out, but they're very easy. So the maths activities for this term will essentially be doing 20 minutes of maths games, you know, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And then the children should get very good at doing that. We have practiced them in class, so they should know what to do. There will also be a unit of inquiry element, and this is something for the child to work on. So when they come back on the Friday, it will be their presentation. So I guess it's a bit like topic talks, but they all do it on the same day, or if we run out of time because there's been a sports carnival or something on, then the last children will do it on the Monday following. So this Monday, it's actually sending home a Venn diagram that the children would have actually used in class already, so they know how to use one, and they'll be asking a parent or a family member some questions. They then keep that in their homework book, bring it back, and they present on the Friday. The other component will usually have something to do with health. That could be a physical, something to do with sport or getting out and about, a social or an emotional, or even a spiritual one that they ask them to do. If there's any questions on the homework, just email your class's teacher. We do ask that you encourage your child to continue to be as diligent in the way they use their book at home as school. That is pencils, not pens, headings, dates, neat handwriting, trying to edit their work if they're actually doing some writing in there, but definitely filling out the fact what they've read and that they've done the maths homework. Just put this up. We used to send this home when we used to send the paper copies home. That was a couple of years ago, about why it's important to read each night. If you have a look at this, I'll leave it up. You can probably be reading it, but essentially it's saying that, you know, student A reads 20 minutes a day. That means they have 3,600 minutes a year at the school year of their reading. If you go to student C and they read 1 minute each day, it's only 180 minutes a year. And if you add that up over a 12-year period or even a 6-year for primary school, it has such a difference in the amount of words they'll come across in their ability to read. You'll see with the picture there how many words that child will encounter in the year. So it's really important that your child is reading. We read every day in class. We make sure they have, and we use the term, a good fit book, not too hard, not too easy, and they have been taught skills on how to find those books. And it's really important that they read at school, but they also read at home. So we'd love parents to continue to really promote that reading. And if you have a reluctant reader, you know, reading with them is good. They can listen to you. You could read a page and they read the same page back, working on their expression. That's always a good way to do it. But really just trying to promote that love of reading. What else can I say? I think that's it. It's covered. Phil covered most things. We've covered some extra things. We thank you for attending. We know it's probably getting dinner time, dinner ready for the family. But now we're open for any questions. If anyone has anything, or if you come up with it later, you can always email us. This will be, we will send you Phil's version of her recorded, and we're going to send this recorded version. So if you have a family member, you know, a partner, wife, husband who hasn't been here, when we send this through, they'll be able to watch it as well. But that will go out tomorrow, so don't expect it tonight, sorry. It's getting a bit late. Has anyone got any questions? That's great. We've done our job. So we've done our job. If you're if you think of a question, please email your teacher. The kids have been settling in beautifully. If you don't know where we are because you haven't been able to be in, when you come in the front door, you turn left, and where that wing over there straight ahead, that's where all the year 2 classes are. So we've got a beautiful area, even a little breakout area between our 2 classrooms, between our 3 classrooms. Thank you for your time, and have a lovely night, guys, and we hope to see you all maybe sometime in the school in the near future. Okay, good night.
Right.